Hi, everyone. Judge Andrew Napolitano here for Judging Freedom. Today is Thursday, March 2nd, 2023. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon here on the East Coast of the United States. Joining us from the West Coast is Dr. Joel Wallach. Dr. Wallach, welcome back to the show. It's always a pleasure.
Well, thank you, Your Honor. It's an honor to be with you.
Thank you. So today we're going to talk about cholesterol and carbohydrates. Why don't we start with cholesterol?
Okay.
Tell us what it is, what's too much, what's not enough, what's good cholesterol,
Sure.
what's bad cholesterol. Give us a basic understanding of it in our bodies.
Okay. Well, cholesterol is an essential nutrient. The medical system made a huge, horrible, terrible, disastrous mistake 100 years ago when they blamed plugging of the arteries being blocked, coronary artery disease due to cholesterol. No, it wasn't. It was due to eating fried foods, and the oils that they use oxidize and turn into trans fats, heterocyclamines, which are very inflammatory, causing the arteries in the brain, the heart, and the kidneys to get plugged. Okay, it's these inflammatory foods. It's not cholesterol that does that. And so they came up with statin drugs to lower cholesterol. They got people lists. These are the foods you want to avoid because they have cholesterol. You know, red meat with fat in it, absolutely no eggs. You want to get rid of all that stuff. And they created a monstrous problem. Okay. Cholesterol also makes up 95% of the weight of testosterone. Cholesterol also makes up 95% of the weight of estrogen and progesterone. We have just this one of my favorite TV and movie heroes, Bruce Willis, who just had to retire because he can't even remember his own name and where he lives and everything. He has FTD. FTD. He's got frontal temporal dementia, which is kind of a regional Alzheimer's disease. And I'm sure, I don't know this for a fact, but I would bet a lot that he's been taking anti-cholesterol drugs and also staying away from cholesterol, based on doctor's instructions or so forth. And this is why he's got this problem.
How could the medical profession almost universally have gotten it so wrong that they tell you have a problem with something that's naturally in your body? They put you on medication to reduce it, and that medication makes you sicker.
Yeah, well, it makes up 25% of your brain weight, 25% of your spinal cord weight also, okay? Very important. And it's one of those things where...
does it produce fatty deposits in the blood vessels?
No, sir. There was, it was a massive, catastrophic mistake on their part, okay? And it's just a big mess, okay? And it's one of those things where cholesterol, as I say, makes up 25% of your brain weight, 25% of your spinal cord weight. And before 1900, they didn't have MRIs. They didn't have magnetic resonance imaging. And if you took an X-ray of your skull, you just see a big black hole. You don't see anything. You just see a big black hole. You don't see the brain and all the intricacies of the brain and blood vessels and everything. And so now we have the MRI, and you can see the brain. You can see when you've lost your cholesterol out of your brain has shriveled all up. It looks like a prune. It's all full of wrinkles because all the white matter. You've heard of demyelinization. Well, myelin is the white matter of the brain. Myelin is the white matter of the brain. It's made up of 100%. Oh, you got it. Cholesterol. Okay. And so when they create demyelinization by getting you off of cholesterol, they create Alzheimer's disease. They create MS. They create the spinal cord version of MS called Guillain-Barré syndrome, Parkinson's disease, which is MS, multiple sclerosis with tremors, and then the FTD, like Bruce Willis has, had the diehard guy, and then demyelinization. All of these are caused by, and Alzheimer's disease are caused by a cholesterol deficiency. A cholesterol deficiency. Nobody is harmed by cholesterol excess unless you are taking pure cholesterol and frying it and then eating it. That would be bad, but nobody would do that. Okay. And so
how would you get pure cholesterol in order to fry it?
Well, brains and eggs. Okay, because brain is 25%, lamb brains, calf brains.
I see. Okay. Got it.
And that's where, you could fry the
What causes,
brains.
I don't want to get too far afield from the
Yeah.
subject matter, but
Mhm.
what causes fatty deposits in the
Arteries.
in the arteries if it's
Yeah.
not cholesterol?
Okay. It's caused by fats that have been oxidized. Okay, we're talking about frying. This is why we came out with the book, Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods, because it has 300 pages of safe recipes and also safe cooking methods that don't cause these problems. Okay, it's called Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods. And it's one of those things where if you just cook your eggs poached, okay, it's safe. If you cook your eggs soft scrambled in butter, now, I've been having 3 eggs twice a day, soft scrambled in butter or soft poached, 3 eggs twice a day for 75 years.
And you have no arterial blockages caused by cholesterol.
No, sir. I have no arterial blockages caused by anything.
What does the medical profession mean when they say good cholesterol and bad cholesterol?
Well, they learned over the years that cholesterol is in your brain. It's a normal part of your structure of your brain. So suddenly now they had to give a change in their verbiage, and there's some good cholesterol, okay, because of the MRIs and everything they learned, okay, that 25% of your brain weight is cholesterol, 25% of your spinal cord weight is cholesterol, 95% of testosterone is cholesterol, okay, so they couldn't totally take it away from you because when they do, they create a Bruce Willis.
So the good cholesterol, bad cholesterol, what you call nonsense, is basically the medical profession trying to cover for itself.
That's a CYA, yes, sir.
Wow. What foods? I guess there are no foods to avoid then. So you're saying you can eat beef that's marbled with fat, and
Yes, sir.
if you eat other products, if you take vitamins and minerals, and if you get some exercise, you have nothing to worry about.
That's correct. Although you do have to make sure if you're exercising, you need to make sure you're taking a rebound or sports drink with 100 nutrients in it to replace what you're sweating out. Because people say, I drink a lot of water because I exercise. Well, sweat is not just water. Sweat is a soup of all the minerals floating around in your blood. And if you're exercising every day and you're just drinking water, your body's storage of minerals is going down, 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 down. And that's why you get these fractures. You get osteoporosis in the knees and the hips.
So taking the rebound product, which of course can be acquired at judginghealth.com, Dr. Wallach's partnership with Judging Freedom, would replenish the minerals that you sweat out along with the liquid that we all call sweat.
That is correct.
Okay.
You get an A triple plus.
All right. Now I want to switch. Thank you. I never got a grade like that. I once got an A plus squared. I don't know how the registrar recorded it. Carbohydrates. What are they? Where do they come from? And what do we need to be concerned about them?
Okay,
Actually, before we get to carbohydrates, HDL and LDL. We're now back at the cholesterol. What is that?
Okay, well, again, the doctors are trying to create a, a way to cover themselves because they've said so many things bad about cholesterol. So now we found out, there's good cholesterol. You want the good cholesterols. And that's why they have given designations to the good and the bad cholesterols. The only bad cholesterols are ones that you fried, like fried brains, that kind of stuff. You're eating fried brains and eggs.
Okay. All right. Back to carbohydrates.
Okay. Carbohydrates cover a big, vast range of things. Anything from sugar to potatoes, starch, or carbohydrates, bread, whole grains. These are all carbs. Fruit with sugars in them. Okay. And so forth. You get bread and you get pancakes and waffles. You get cereal of all kinds.
Well, are carbohydrates bad? Are they good? Are some better than others?
Well,
You probably would tell me to eat more potatoes with the skin on it and less pasta. True?
well, I eat a lot of pasta, but it's gluten-free pasta. Okay, we eat the pasta that had the pasta bread part is made from things like these vegetables, these green crunchy vegetables. Okay, and and they're made from nuts and things like that. You cannot have things like pasta that's made from wheat, because the wheat brought
Because wheat
around.
has gluten in it, and we know what gluten does to the intestine. But are there good carbs and bad carbs?
Well, the good carbs, of course, are like things that have other things in them. I like sweet potatoes because they do have a lot of beta carotene in there, a lot of vitamin A, because that's why they're red and pink and orange and yellow and everything like that. Very, very important. Okay. And nuts have carbs in them, but they also have good fats, okay, that help you um, get your a little bit of cholesterol, but there's not much cholesterol in nuts, but they do give you good fats, okay, to help you prevent asthma and stuff like that, and prevent blood clots. You do require the essential fatty acids, which will prevent blood clots. So that's important, and that's why we have the Healthy Start Pack and the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, which has all these things in there. So you don't have to think I'm going to choose and pick with them, because we created these programs that have everything in it. So all you have to do is take the program, and we've done all the work for you. I only weigh 142, and I take 2 of the Healthy Brain and Heart Packs a month. There's 215 nutrients in each one of those Healthy Brain and Heart Packs. The core is still the 90, okay? But we have 115 fruits and vegetables in there, and getting all these wonderful vitamin and mineral extracts and things. And this started a couple of centuries ago with a small businessman in England. He owned a little fleet of sail ships, taking stuff back and forth between North America and Canada and the United States and South America and Australia and England. Okay. And he had a little orchard in his backyard that he grew these little green lemons, limes,
Right.
green lemons, limes. And so none of his sailors ever got scurvy because he's giving them the limes. And he recognized I don't know what it is, but there's something in these limes preventing scurvy. So he gave it to some of his other buddy captains, and they gave it to and suddenly now they're curing scurvy and preventing scurvy by giving them limes. That's why the British are called limeys, because they're all eating limes to prevent scurvy and cure scurvy. That's why they're limeys.
All right. We all know about that. Now,
Yeah.
I got to ask you before I let you go. I got to ask you about your hat.
Mm-hmm.
It says 90 for life.
Yes, sir. That's the 90 essential nutrients, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 minerals, 3 fatty acids. And that's our Healthy Start Pack. That was our first major package that we came up with, so that people didn't have to buy, 85 different bottles of products and run to the store to get these 3 and buy 2 from us and all stuff. So we came up with a package called the Healthy Start Pack. And then we added secret sauces to it. We added the collagen peptides to it, to have the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack. We added the sweeties to it to have the Healthy Blood Sugar Pack. And so we had all these packs for different diseases. And it was very obvious that worked very well, because people just wanted something simple. They didn't want to have to.
This is what I take every day, and it has put me in superb health. Superb health.
So you look great. You look great. And so we're very proud of you. And we cannot thank you enough for giving us an opportunity to share this information with people. But we deal with over 600 different diseases. We have programs for prevention and reversal of 600 different diseases. And so we're very proud of that. My newest book, which I think we've talked about briefly before. Okay. This book here, The Wallach Revolution, this is the second volume. Okay. This is the second one, the first one. But this was the original one, was made by a group of doctors and also lawyers who didn't want their name associated with it. And they came out with it, and they had all the stuff that prevented all these diseases and cured all these diseases. And they called themselves the committee, okay, is what they call themselves, okay? They were the authors of the original book. So this is 2 years later. We've added a lot of stuff in here. And so the committee brought me in, okay? And now we have very famous people who we have helped with their health, like Pat Boone tells his story in here.
And nobody's afraid to be identified anymore.
And that's right. And now Danny Glover is in here telling his story. And then, of course, we have, let's see here. Oh, Andy Young, who was ambassador to the United Nations and also the mayor of Atlanta, right? He tells his story.
Right.
And we have Theo Ratliff, the basketball player, who made $100 million when we gave him we actually made the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack for him. Okay. Because he was only 24 years old, he had fractures on his wrists, he had bone-to-bone arthritis in his knees, and they took away his $30 million contract. And so we rebuilt him with our Healthy Bone and Joint Pack. He played for 10 years, made $100 million. He bought one of these big complexes, which he trains kids that are in trouble with the law and so forth. So I have to give him a lot of credit for that.
Got it.
Yeah. And then, of course, we also had... let's see here. Oh, Evander Holyfield, who had a heart attack and he couldn't answer the bell, so he lost his championship to Michael Moore. I came up with a Healthy Brain and Heart Pack for him, and he came back and he just beat the snot out of Mike Tyson. They stopped the fight in the 6th round because he was literally
I remember that fight. I remember that fight. Dr. Wallach, we have to go. Thank you very much for joining us, and thanks for all the explanations you've given us. Judginghealth.com is where you can go to purchase these products. And of course, if you go there, you'll get my discount. Dr. Wallach, all the best for you. Thank you for joining us.
God bless you, sir. And thank you. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you. Judge Napolitano for Judging Freedom.